The battles of Saratoga were depicted in the mid-season finale of Outlander Season 7 from the perspectives of Jamie and Claire, who were on the American side, and William Ransom, who was on the British side. After the Americans overran British defenses, the episode depicts the British forces capitulating. Despite the fact that this season has both name-checked and featured a number of notable revolutionary leaders, Benedict Arnold is possibly the most fascinating of them all. A vital figure in the strategy to defeat the British, Arnold is described in the introduction as being quite amiable. Jamie is told by Claire that history would only remember him for turning against the United States of America. How accurately does Claire's fictional evaluation match historical facts? When Arnold was chosen as a captain in the Connecticut militia in March 1775, his participation in the Revolutionary War on the American side officially began. This is related to what happened last season. Arnold had the brilliant idea to take Fort Ticonderoga for the Americans at first because he was aware of how understaffed the British defense was. This was completed in May 1775. Arnold received a promotion after Ticonderoga, placing him under Colonel Benjamin Hinman, who oversaw the reinforcements brought to the fort. Arnold left his position and returned to Connecticut. Additionally, two of Hinman's subordinates started spreading rumors about Arnold's unfavorable behavior, which hurt his standing among senior officials. He approached the Continental Congress with a plan to invade Quebec after taking Fort Ticonderoga. Arnold thought the colony wasn't adequately protected. He was not chosen to lead the initial assault on the British fortifications, but he was later given command of the forces invading Quebec from the woodlands of western Maine. In November 1775, Arnold successfully took Montreal, but he was unsuccessful in taking Quebec City. Despite having a leg injury, he kept on supporting his men in the field. Jamie's future commanding officer, Daniel Morgan, and his riflemen took part in the siege as well. Arnold participated in numerous fights in Canada for the most of 1776. He also had a significant impact on the defeat of General Tryon's soldiers in Connecticut and Rhode Island. While earning a reputation for bravery, Arnold also made enemies since he thought the same individuals who had been behind his exclusion were now working against him to succeed as a major general. He also went to see his family and got his wounds fixed. The Battle of Freemans Farm is discussed in the episode A Practical Guide for First-Time Travelers. The First Battle of Saratoga is the name given to it in Outlander's title card, which is also accurate. The scene shows Jamie and the other riflemen of Morgan slaying the exposed British troops. Arnold's participation in the conflict was not mentioned, which might have been done on design to acknowledge the different historical interpretations of his conduct. While some Arnold biographers assert that the general waded through the conflict, others believe that Arnold led troops in an assault against British positions before Gates told him to cease. Before the Second Battle of Saratoga, also known as the Battle of Bemis Heights, and before the Americans engaged British troops, Claire and Arnold first cross paths in turning points. She finds it surprising that he is not the criminal and traitor that everyone in the 20th century knows him to be given his gentlemanly demeanor. Arnold oversaw the attack on the British forces' right flank during the Second Battle. The question of whether Arnold took the initiative on his own, which would suggest that he was driven by resentment, or whether General Gates deployed him to the right flank, is another point of contention among historians. A letter from a witness that was found in 2016 demonstrates that Arnold's wish to antagonize the British forces was authorized. The majority of what was recorded on Arnold's actions at Saratoga came after the betrayal Claire predicted would occur to Jamie. Then, why did Arnold decide to change sides? Gates was forced to acknowledge the importance of Arnold's forces in ensuring General Fraser's demise, and the British capitulation after Arnold suffered serious injuries during the Second Battle. His rank was reinstated, but because of his injuries, he was transferred away from active battle duty. In control of the troops that captured Philadelphia, Arnold relocated to Philadelphia in June 1778, where he was in a position to profit financially from managing supply contracts and other business operations. Additionally, he maintained close contact with Philadelphians who were known to be loyalists. Arnold even married a loyalist. Arnold's decision to switch sides was ultimately influenced by his new loyalist friend's predictions that the British would eventually triumph and his perception of slights by Gates and others. He surreptitiously contacted the British leadership in May 1779 and requested money in exchange for putting himself in a position to reveal American combat plans. Unfortunately, Arnold's British contact was captured by American authorities, who then executed him. Arnold changed into the traitor we were all taught about in history class after that. Will Jamie and Claire ever cross paths with General Benedict Arnold? Other well-known Americans, will they be mentioned or featured? We'll have to wait until early 2024, when Outlander's 7th season resumes.